Hello everyone, it's Muhammad Talks, the motivational speaker. I've been saying that for 5 years of my life. But truly, what is motivation? It's not one thing that hits you one day and then leaves you another. It's not a one-time trip. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that's consistent and that requires momentum. But what's most important is that motivation won't come to you. You have to go to it. Here's a nice idea. Motivation is truly something that can't be explained by words or definition. That's why I'm going to try and do that now. So, motivation is what gets you up in the morning. Motivation isn't just a feeling, it's a lifestyle. Motivation isn't but a word, but it's a way of living. It is an emotion. I mean, you've heard it so many times you're probably fed up, but I'm going to give you a different idea, a different way of looking at motivation. Here's this. The way you wake up in the morning is based on not how motivated you are, but how consistent you were, how productive you were, how great you felt, and how motivated you were. See, motivation isn't just something that pops up in the present, it requires many different things. For instance, if you're stressed about something, you're not going to be motivated, right? But it's a perfect thing to do to just find the motivation and say, you know what, if I stress about it now, I'm not gonna finish solving the problem. I'm not going to head towards my goals, my dreams. I'm not going to advance if I'm stressing out. So grab the motivation from that stress and channel it into different energy, to productivity. You see, motivation really works depending on what type of receiver you are. Now, whether you understand that technologically or mechanically, it's up to you. But you need to receive many emotions throughout the day and many backlashes, many things that'll happen, things good, bad. And you need to be the person that transfers that into energy. When you get knocked down, get back up. And there's a serious problem with today's generation, and I'm saying that like I'm an old person, but with my generation and with the 21st century in general, is that words are used way too much because many people have the gift of speaking, even though they don't deserve it. Words are underrated way too much. Words like I understand and I comprehend and I realize. Words like motivation, inspiration, all blend together in what we call good. In other words, like unmotivated, idiotic, stupid, useless, all blend together in what we call bad. That's why people are now relating emotions with words instead of rational thinking and logical thinking. They don't use their brain, they use what they feel. And I don't know if you can feel words unless you're blind. So here's the second part, building momentum. When you build momentum with the perfect tasks, and I mean perfect for you. What's a perfect task that is easy for you to start in the morning and end by day, right? Waking up, what's the first thing you see? Oh, a notebook. Today, we're going to write down some notes. We're going to journal. We're going to read a book and maybe summarize what we understood. The next thing you see, a football or sportswear. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to have a run, a jog. We're going to play basketball, football, volleyball, whatever you want to play with a ball, and many other different things. So it's all about cues, things that give you the idea of said action. Motivation is really something incredibly basic that by the end of this, you'll see everything as a motivation. So after you see a cue, you're going to think, okay, I can do this. I didn't realize that in the beginning. I'm not used to doing this, so why would I spot it in the first place? And after doing this routinely, you pick it up as a habit, and habits are what build more momentum for motivation. Because habits are what your motivation is for. Your motivation is for you to build your habits, is for you to learn from yourself and extract the best out of you. That's what motivation is for. And it's simply a push towards the inevitable. Listen, you're going to have to deal with this one day. Why not make it that one day, day one? Start today and you won't regret tomorrow. You can have two types of regrets. Pain or regret. And what I mean by the second one is it's double down. For instance, if you don't get, fit now and you let yourself get fat, no offense, eventually you're going to have to cut down on all of the things that you had to eat and all of the greases, the sugars, and everything, and it'll take twice, if not three times as much as effort as it did when you could have started back then. So think about it this way. Motivation doesn't really matter. Your thought process, your cues, and your objectives and goals and how much they matter to you, that's what does. If you want an extra push, you might as well follow me, because I do give some every now and then. The last thing we all need to talk about is consistency. Being consistent with motivation is very easy. If it's your lifestyle to be motivated every single day and to wake up happy, why? Because you are a breath of fresh air. To wake up happy, why? Because you got to live today. You didn't die. To wake up happy, why? Because you have people. You have something. If you're watching this in any way, or if you're listening to this through a different person, you have something to live for. And that's why you're alive. So it's always important to put consistency, motivation, inspiration all in one word. Now, this may be against what I was saying, but this works. Being grateful. Always have it at the tip of your tongue. Alhamdulillah. And I'll see you next time. Bye.